Alright, so today is a Thursday throwback story, and hold on. So today's a Thursday throwback story here. This was the time I went to see the Globetrotters, which is a basketball team, and this was probably around maybe 2007, 2008, I would say. I think like I'm not really good with math, so I think I was like 10 years old, maybe. I don't know. Or 11 years old. No, I was probably like 10 years old, I think. Yeah. I remember maybe 9 or 10. Maybe I was like 9 or 10 or something, but anyway, so I remember I think it was a benefit for my sister, if I'm not mistaken. Or a benefit for something, Make-A-Wish or something. It wasn't for my sister. I think it was like a benefit for Make-A-Wish. Because my sister or something like that. It was something to benefit something to do with my sister. It wasn't to benefit my sister. Well, it was kind of, but kind of not. It was more because my sister went blind in 2005 when she turned 5 years old, and so ever since then there was a lot of like charities and stuff that would help me and my mom, or would help my parents out. I mean, not me, my parents. I mean, and um, there was a lot of charities. So a lot of these charities my mom and my parents tried to give back to, like setting up different events and stuff, but not everyone, I mean, of course, but um so I think this was a benefit for the Make-A-Wish, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I know that my mom, where she worked at McDonald's, they were actually playing against the Globetrotters, and this was just like it was more, even if the McDonald's crew didn't win against the Globetrotters were still donating money um, to McDonald's. I don't know if it was through for school or if it was for Make-A-Wish. I don't know what it was, but I believe it was for Make-A-Wish, but I'm not 100% sure. So I remember there was a guy that was in the Globetrotters. He went up and he smashed the 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 basketball hoop, like the glass in the back. So I remember we had to move to another place because I think it was like from the Moores, because I went to Moores at that time. I was in elementary school still, and I think it was like a Moores school or something. And he was so tall that he smashed. He was trying to aim it more up towards, but he smashed the whole entire. He was fine. He was actually totally fine, but he smashed the whole entire basketball hoop. The not the metal, but the glass. I remember we had to move over to another school, so we had to go to another school in the district. And of course, they paid for it, but the Globetrotters paid for it. But I remember he smashed it. And I remember because of safety hazards, of course, we had to go to another location. And he almost smashed that one too, but he didn't. Luckily, because there wasn't too many other gyms that we could go to. So I think we went to the middle school or the high school or something. Of course, at that time, I wasn't in high school or middle school, so I wasn't aware of what it looked like, and I was so fascinated. I'm like, oh, this gym is so big. And once I got into high school and middle school, I was like, oh, this gym is so small. It's not as big as I thought it was when I was a little kid. So anyway, and remember, I got like this. I don't have any. I don't think I have it anymore. I had a Globetrotters basketball, and I also had a Globetrotters like poster and stuff, but through moves and everything, from going from one house to another house to another house, moving. I mean, you're bound to lose some stuff. So, um, but anyway, I think, yeah, I had like a Globetrotters basketball that one of the basketball players. I was so like fascinated because they're like 7 feet tall, looking up at them. I was like 10 years old. I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" And like it was pretty cool. I remember my sister threw the basketball at the she gave it to one of the basketball players. And I remember he was pretending that he got hit in the stomach and he actually didn't. So my sister was like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And he's like, "No, no, no, honey, it's okay." And uh, because he used to do that all the time when like the because he was trying to pretend like the little kids were like tougher than him or something. So like the basketball players would do that all the time. And I remember um, that's what happened because my sister thought that she was actually, I think she was crying because I think she thought that she actually hit him in the stomach, but she didn't. Of course she didn't. Um, but anyway, so she threw the basketball, and then the game started again at the high school or middle school or whatever. So it was pretty funny. It was a pretty funny. Uh, it was actually like it was actually for quite a few hours after school. It was like till like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I remember. So I remember we got home and it was like dark outside and it was like ready for bedtime because my bedtime at that time was like 9:30 or something. So I remember my mom's like, "Oh, we had to all go to bed." So we went to bed. It was a little fun little story there. Well, I don't remember much of it. I remember that they had like I don't know what benefit they were benefiting, but I think it was Make a Wish actually. I think it was the money was going towards Make a Wish, but it was my mom's work. All the people from my mom's work that um, were helping out were the crew of McDonald's basically, and they were playing against the Globetrotters. And of course, Globetrotters, even if McDonald's lost, they would have donated the money anyway. So that's what they did. I don't think McDonald's won because like everybody was like maybe 5'8", 5'9", and all these basketball players, they were like probably 6'7". Like that's the tallest I could say. 6'4", 6'5". So they were really tall, and like of course the McDonald's crew was kind of short. So, but the McDonald's crew actually did a pretty good job. I remember they did a pretty good job. They got a lot of scores, but they didn't get as many as the Globetrotters, of course. But they did pretty good. So, and then like standing on your feet for like what 15 hours a day or whatever, and then plus going to play a basketball game. That was a lot of work. So, anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. This is the memory of the Globetrotters, going to see the Globetrotters. Hopefully go to see them again because they were a pretty good basketball team and I really liked watching their basketball game because it was pretty cool.